We're going to do 20 of those.
On most days,
Okay.
you'll find Jason Butler in the gym at Sculpt Fitness.
Scoot your feet back just a little bit. Put your hands behind your head. Put your chin in your chest. Numbers really aren't important. Let's feel a burn.
Motivating others to transform their bodies.
Put one riser on each side. You're gonna step up, raise your knee, and curl. I try to give people what I gave to myself, like that feeling whenever you change your body and get it to start looking the way you've always wanted to look and start getting pounds off that you've never been able to get off before. It helps tighten and tone the upper arm.
At 29, he looks to be in tip-top shape.
Pulls the shoulder blades together.
It's what you'd expect from a personal trainer.
Down, stop, and then back up. Feel the
Our
difference?
clients love him. Once someone walks in the door, they come back. They come back.
The comeback is something Jason has mastered.
The best way I motivate people is just by being here, by showing up every day. What I want you to do is keep your elbows out and pull your palms to your forehead, just
His
like
passion
this.
for muscles developed
Back
while
and
he was
forth.
just a scrawny kid.
Just like that. I got picked on a lot, and so I was tired of that happening.
He blossomed after high school, lifting weights, and by the time he was 18, he was ripped and getting noticed. That year, Jason took home 3 trophies, placing first in his division at the Louisiana State Bodybuilding Championships.
With bodybuilding, you have to, it's kind of like an art almost. You have to know how to show your body the right kind of way.
But he would soon find out his body had other plans.
I thought it was just nerves, like, you know, whenever you get nervous and you have to go to the bathroom, like, that's kind of what I thought it was, except I would have blood coming out, and I'm like, man, something's not right with this. I couldn't be more than 10 feet away from a toilet. I had to have that security.
In late 2003, doctors diagnosed Jason with ulcerative colitis, a form of inflammatory bowel disease that affects less than 1% of the population in the U.S.
It's where your body recognizes your colon as foreign, so it attacks it. And what happens is you get a large amount of inflammation of the lining of the colon, and that causes a lot of symptoms.
By the middle of 2004,
I had lost over 75 pounds in 2.5 months. I was in so much pain. Like, I remember, like, everything around me was almost in a fog because all I knew was pain. They had me doped up on so much medicine and nothing helped.
But the disease was out of control, and it was making him sicker and sicker and sicker, and really we had no choice but to operate on him at that point.
at Oxnard Hospital, colorectal surgeon Dr. David Margolin removed Jason's large intestine.
They told me if they had waited a day later to operate, I would have died.
Doctors then used part of his small intestine to create a separate pouch.
We take this piece of small intestine and make it into a new rectum, and we sew it to the muscles to control your bowel movements.
It was supposed to be an alternative to an external pouch for his body's waste, but it failed.
He developed infection and abscesses that had to be fixed. We tried to salvage his pouch. We could here. We couldn't.
Paul Butler flew his son to the Cleveland Clinic, where another surgery proved unsuccessful.
We've tried everything known to medical science to try to fix him. And everything we tried, nothing would work.
Back home, Dr. Margolin decided removing the pouch was the only option, but that led to an even bigger problem.
Come to find out, there's a cavity inside of me. The pouch had been leaking inside of me the whole time.
We've never had one like this.
In all the years you've been doing it?
No. I mean, we've all had, like I said, lost pouches, but never like this.
Today, Jason has an ileostomy and a permanent bag.
And you can see all this side is nothing but scars. You can see the edge of it right there.
He counts more than 36 times he's been under the knife. His dad was sure he would lose him.
He had just kind of given up. You know, he just reached the end of his rope. And he was ready to die. And he finally decided that he didn't want to die, that there was some more that he could get done.
Jason knew he had to finish the season he couldn't 10 years ago.
I did a show in 2009, pretty much just as a demonstration to let people know that you can come back from anything.
With his ileostomy showing, he entered the Mr. World Gym competition.
I really really wanted to do it. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it.
He took best overall and best legs. 2 months later, his legs would prove to be a winner for doctors still trying to fill that cavity. They removed muscles Jason could do without.
This is the gracilis muscle on both legs.
We took those muscles, the gracilis muscle, and tried to use that to fill the hole. We were able to get the hole smaller, but it took a long time for it to finally close. This has been a long course, and there were times I didn't think we were going to get to this point. Physically, emotionally, and all. And I'm glad he has.
I don't have to do a bunch of crazy stuff, flipping tires and pulling sleds to get your heart rate up.
Today, his prognosis is good for a long, healthy life, although he now does something you don't expect from a personal trainer.
Yes.
You do it while you're training.
Yes.
What is that about?
I actually started smoking when I was in one of those really bad times between surgeries, and I was like, you know what, I'm dying anyway. I guess I kind of used it as a stress reliever.
An oddity for someone who beat the odds.
Just grab the bar, bring your elbows to your side.
Jason calls it another challenge for another day.
You see all that right there? Look right there when you go down.
As he continues to help others get their bodies and minds in the best shape of their lives.
No matter what you're dealing with, you can still do whatever you want to do with your life. You know, you just have to accept your limits and push past them. You know, I mean, there's nothing in life worth giving up over.